Hi, Zoe. Hi, Marilyn. How are you, honey? I know there was no warning whatsoever, but I just thought I'd jump on here and do a quick show of what I've been doing. And let me turn my speaker off here because my son is not happy because I came on and he had to turn off the show. Can you hear me okay? Am I going to buffer real bad? You can hear me okay, or I'm buffering real bad, or both. Oh, good. Okay. I joined Mike Deakin's group, and he does a mixed media prompts for his group. Hey, Mike, how are you, honey? Um, he does a mixed media every month for his group, and they're called missions, mission inspiration. And I am new to mixed media, so this is something completely new to me, and I don't know. I'm not liking what I'm doing, but I'm doing them, and maybe I'll learn something from them eventually. I hope. So I thought I'd just come on and show you what I've done, and maybe you all could give me a little. No, that's not my wedding picture, honey. No, I was married in the 70s, so I had a mini skirt. Married in front of the judge. So actually the town sheriff. The town sheriff married us, who was also a preacher. So anyway, but this is kind of a storyline about people that come into your lives, and that was the word was you have 4 words that you can choose from. Thanks, Mike. And this one was January was red, yellow, or deep amber, which I've got a little bit of amber around the edges, but no reds. I put a little red in it, and it just went away. So, but it's a 3-color scheme, and green was part of it. And then we put down a base of old maps, and you could use one color. And then there are spray over the top of that, threads or fibers, add a triptych of focal points, and that's 3 of them. Yeah, thank you, honey. And then add a poem or prose word, and add journaling and handwritten text, which I have here because I couldn't write it on this. And so This is my first one. This is the very first one I done. And I call it an invisible thread. And its story, as you can see, the nose is an invisible thread connects those who are destined to meet, regardless of time, place, or circumstances. The thread may stretch or tangle, but it will never break. May you be open to each thread that comes your way, the golden ones and the coarse ones, and may you weave them a beautiful life. So that's my first page. And this one I like. This one I like, but it I need to get that on the page, but it was in my pins to write, so I didn't get it done. That's my first page, and this one is February, and actually it does not go this direction, it goes the other one, but I'm going to show it to you like this. And on it you had to use gray, lime, and turquoise. Your words for inspiration was rise, stay, growth, feather, or play. And as you can see, I chose feather. Um, use torn fragments from a newspaper, which are underneath here. Um, add doodles with black or white pen, which I've done in the feather. Stick down washi tape or ribbon stripes, which is here. And make marks with the card straight edge, which are the black lines, and add quote or word phrase cut from a magazine, which I didn't have. I did find this one little bitty one here that says feather. And scrape paint on your page, which is the green that's behind, and then add triangle shapes, and that's this stencil. So that's what I come up with. I don't like it. I thought it turned dirty. Hey, Kathy, I just surprised everybody. I thought it turned dirty looking, and I didn't like that. But I have to mix my own paints because I don't have a full set. So this is supposed to be gray, and when you put it on the page, it turned out muddy looking. And it was just black and white, but it turned out muddy looking. But anyway, it didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would. I added some extra glitter to it to kind of pop it out and maybe help it a little bit. But I was really not happy with this one. So I don't know if I'm very good at this or not, or if I'll ever learn it, but I'm going to try. And this one is a little bit better. This is March, and March, which is on the back side of this January, was the words for inspiration was bloom, spring, growth, botanical, or heart. And the colors was rose, sunflower, and spring green. And the ingredients to include was fiber, string, jute, or burlap. Use fragments of food packaging, labels. Add texture with paste or paint through a stencil. Stamp with white ink or paint. I did not do that because I didn't have a stamp that would go on it after I got this much done. And add a die cut or 2 or 3. These are die cut flowers. And add a border with book text or washi tape. I had one piece of washi tape and run out. Book tape or book page that I went ahead and put green dots on, kind of bring the green washi in. And add gesso mixed with the color, and that is the background. So this is my texture paste, and I made a fern pattern. And then I colored it in with the greens for the spring green flower or color. And then I used yellow for highlights and to give it some bows. And my yellow pieces are made out of a butter box. And if you look right here, you'll even see the cows that are still on. And I used them in the manner so that they showed. And then for my words, I used several of them. I put love blooms in the spring. And so that is my March. And I have 2 mid missions to go mid month, and that's show me the color of black and this green and this over here. So that's what I'm thinking is I need to put my hand down and do some, get it down on there and then just color in my fingers, just all different colors because mine are always covered with ink or something. So anyway, that's the start of my art journal. And Lord have mercy, people, it's harder than I thought it would be. I didn't expect it to be so hard. The top of my head, just, I've drawn portraits. I've done, this letting go and doing with other mixtures of things is a lot harder than what I'm normally do. This is more my style of artwork. Now, I made this tag, and I would consider it a mixed media because it has metal and a focal point on it with a couple of keys. It says just breathe and keep moving forward. The background in the black and white tone. And yes, it takes a minute. I loved the tag. This is more my style. And I've done several. I've got one over here on a book that I did. This is my hands that I drew. A wedding type thing. With the antique lace on her, and it's supposed to be spread out like that. And here she's got a little bracelet on, and of course the man's hand and hers over the top, and her wedding rings is showing. And yeah, that's what I thought. I need to stick with the prompts throw me. They really do throw me. Hi Janie, how are you? That this I drew on Kathy's live, I believe. And I drew her in what, Kathy? 15, 20 minutes? Want to create. And this is one that I did on one of Kathy's mixed media nights. And I really enjoyed it. I liked it, but I was able to do, I have so many things to do. That's part of it. So I really liked it. I liked the way it turned out. It's a lot different than this. It's a lot different than that. And of course, that is too, and so is this, which I've got to get these in some books. Yeah, these are just not, they're just not up to par for what I like to do. But then again, this is the mission. It's inspiration. It's supposed to get you moving on something different in a different direction. And so I'm going to stay with it and see if I can do it. And and maybe, just maybe, I will. This is another one of my art tags that I did, and in a mixed media style, and it's curling up because it's been standing up on that edge. But anyway, it's layered over music, and fussy cutted out the flowers and added the brooch on it, and antique lace, and done all that kind of stuff. And this is my gypsy journal. So it went on the front of my gypsy journal. So that is my gypsy journal. And so anyway, this is some of my collage and stuff here. But I can collage. I just, I do this with pictures and things like that all the time. Hey, Judy, how are you? So anyway, this is, this is really, it's really new for me. But for those of you that just came in, this was January's, and this is my favorite one so far. And I think it's all because I had this to go on. This is one of my favorite memes, and the I don't know who the author is or anything, but it's just a beautiful passage, or out of a book, or whatever. Thank you, Mike. I just don't know whether I'm going to go on. If Kathy's not going to give up, I'm not going to give up, because Kathy and I are just we're good. We're good together. She keeps me going, and I try to keep her going, and I hope I do, because she sure does me. She said, I'm not giving up. Maybe I'll learn something. And I thought, well, if she can do it, I can. So, but for those that just came in, I want to read this. This is, I called this one, and the reason I like it so well is I called it, this is a thread running across the page, and I put pictures of people that were supposedly connected. But the story behind that is, an invisible thread connects those who are destined to meet, regardless of time, place, or circumstances. The thread may stretch or tangle, but it will never break. May you be open to each thread that comes, the golden ones and the coarse ones, and may you weave them into a beautiful life. I had to shorten. I love that, because we do weave people in and out, and it's like and those threads never really break. All right, Marilyn. Happy birthday to you, honey. So anyway, I wasn't planning on staying on long. Tommy's mad at me because I came on, and he was watching Andy Griffith on Netflix, and he was terribly, terribly mad at me. And he just, he just wasn't happy with me at all when I said, we need to turn this off. Kind of waiting for me to get off. I was going to videotape it, and I thought, no, I'm just going to go on and do it. And I hope that if y'all have any suggestions for me, please feel free to say something, because this is, like I said, this is all new. This is all new to me. Um, I do have all the under stuff on there that we're supposed to have. I have all the maps and but they're not showing through like I would like for them to. I'll tell Tom you said hi, Jane. Catches me up for the year, and except for the mid-month ones, and I'm going to do those. I don't know, probably sometime tonight. I've got the baby this afternoon, so um, I would like to. I should put that in here. Um, I would like to get some more of it done, and let's see what did come off of. I think it come off of this one, and I don't know what it was holding on. It looks like it was just hooked in there with a key for a little dangle. So yeah, well, the mission is to use all the prompts, but it's really that my style and Mike's style is two different things. Bye, honey. You have fun today. Go spend that money, girl. But the mission is to use as many unusual prompts and things that you would maybe not do, like using the food packaging. Can you see me still? Hi, everybody. If you're here, hello. Hi, Jenny. Having trouble with my connection, honey, really bad. So I've lost several that were on here, and that's why I was saying, can anybody hear me? So I'm thinking that I might need to go off and come back at a later time, and maybe it wouldn't quite be so bad. I don't know if anybody else has made it back. Okay, Judy's back in. Good. I don't know. Of course, Marilyn left. She was going shopping, and Janie was here, but I don't know if she's going to make it back in or not. And Kathy was here, but she was in and out. So can you hear me all right, Judy? Or am I still buffering? Yes on the buffering? No buffering? Good. I'm surprised. Wow. Okay. Well, I promised the kids downstairs I wouldn't stay very long because, like I said, Tom was watching TV and I just kind of take it away from him when I come online. And but anyway, I just wanted to come on and show you show you what I've been doing. Yes, he does, honey. He has a YouTube channel. It is you can just check with let's see, he's got a YouTube channel and a Facebook channel. And I think on YouTube he is just Mike Deakin. And he has Mike Deakin Art. And then he does yes, I will put a link in the group. I'm going to take pictures of these and then and put them in the group, and I will add to what they are. And I think I posted a link to his group once before, or his YouTube, that he calls these mission inspiration. And it's not my style. That's my problem. This is not my style. But then that might get me out of that box. Yeah, and he gives you lots of prompts. I don't know if you have to use every one of them. It doesn't really say. I didn't use white ink to stamp something on this last page, but I wrote in the white ink. And well, and I need to get out of my own box. This is more in line with what I like to do. But I was able to work it into his. I mean, I don't mind this. I had, excuse me, I had the stuff to do this. That's one of my problems is I don't have a lot of mixed media type art supplies, and there are a lot of them. Hi, Rose. How are you, honey? You know, it would be nice to have some ulis or some gelatos or, you know, some other type of medium that I could put on the page besides acrylic paint. And, you know, I make my own gesso. I do all that stuff. And so anyway, it's, you know, it's kind of hard for me to do it because of what little stuff I have. I have regular crayons. I have, yeah, but we all make do, and I'm not complaining. But what I'm saying is, mixed media, they use a lot of different, and Melissa has been using them, and they are like gelatos. And Judy, they're a lot cheaper than gelatos, and they work like gelatos, and they have good color. And they're water. I mean, you can mix them with water. You can, you know, spread them out with water and do that kind of stuff, which, you know, that would be really nice. Yeah, they're called Oolys, Ollooly. And I'm going to buy me a set of them, and that would really spread some of this out. I don't have, I have just the basic colors on paint. And, you know, you only need 4 colors to mix every color under the sun, except that I'm not very good at mixing it. I'm trying. I'm working at it. It's not something I've ever had to do before. So, you know, I mixed up my gesso, and it was pretty. If I can get it under there, it was pretty color. And I mixed it up with some blue and some green and come up with this light blue. And what I'm saying is mixed media, in order to get some of the effects that they get, you do, yeah, yeah. her 3 favorites do. That's part of that, though, is using the jelly plate. Now, see, this is not, it's not anything like the jelly plate because you're actually layering it down one layer at a time here and you're not taking it back up. But I need to learn how to do this and be able to show the layers coming through and that kind of stuff. And I managed to do it on the first one. See, I got my ink to show, showing through, you know, my paper is showing through in the background. And I really liked the way it, you know, it looked. I liked the background, the way it looked. I used my spray inks. I used some olive. I didn't have the amber color, but on my page, the olive ink that I had turned an amber color. So I was able to use it. Yeah, you know, this is kind of the way the backgrounds are supposed to look, not so solid like this. But I mean, I'm learning. So hopefully it will get better as time goes by. It's like Kathy says, maybe we'll learn a thing or two. And I'm not too old to learn yet. I don't know about the jelly plating, but I'm not too old to learn yet. But anyway, you know, this is, like I said, this is my thing. And so you know, I have to break these bonds in order to do what I'm doing. Well, I'm glad you like them because I'll tell you what, I just think they suck. And I'm being real honest, real honest. I mean, I just looked at them and thought, oh my God, what have I done? Do I even take pictures and show these off? I mean, because I've seen some of the art in their group, but it's fantastic. And you know, I don't want to feel ashamed of my work, but then there, on the other hand, yeah. See, that it had to have triangles in it. The only thing I had that I could think of to do with triangles on this page, because of the way I done it, was I used a stencil that had, and these are actually triangles that have been put together in a pattern, but they do have a split in them like a triangle. So I used that, and then I drew. I even put puffy paint on it, and it has some raised edges on it now. And then I used some glitter glue to give it some color in between it because it was so dark. And you know, I thought just, yeah, that's right, Judy. And I was ready to start. I'm ready to kind of spread my wings and fly away from the journals. I don't want to quit making journals, but I want to pursue my art. And this is Mike Deakin. He's in England, yes. Yeah. Mission Inspiration. And he is awesome. Like I said, though, I'm going to use this book also for other things because I have seen some really, really Noit, N-O-I-T, art. She is really good at mixed media in a softer fashion. And that watching her. And anyway, you know, like I said, I just came on and thought I'd show you and do a little video that so Mike could see that I was trying to do his mission. And I am going to keep trying to do it, Mike, and hopefully it will get better with time. here, but Mike Deakin. Um, he is an awesome artist, and he is worth checking out. And I was so impressed with him, I wanted to join his group, and I did. And the same way with the altered books. I don't want to quit doing the altered books because I just think that uh, they're awesome. And Lori Marie, she's just awesome at what she does. And so, yeah, check out these channels and come and join us. And it is a drawing book, not so much an artist book, even though it's got art on the front. It is just a sketchbook. And it's got 176 pages in it for $6. And hi, Linda. Okay, you got to see what I'm doing. Mixed media. This is Mike Deakin's Mission Inspiration. I'm doing okay. I had a fever last night, and then I started chilling, and I went to bed and covered up, and apparently something broke loose because I went to sweating in the middle of the night, and it was just, I was just wet all over. I mean, yeah, I sweated out. So yeah, I've got the flu. I've had the flu for, me and Tommy both have had the flu for, and my granddaughter. Okay, honey. I love you, Judy. Check him out, honey, and then do this with us, okay? Linda, have you ever watched Mike Deakin? This was his January um, Mission Inspiration. Yeah, I love you too. Okay, his name is Mike Deakin, and he's on YouTube and has been for a long time. Mike Deakin Art, and he has a Facebook group, and he does what he calls Mission Inspiration. This was January's, and the prompts were, and I have to get over here in on the back side of this. The prompts were to use yellow, deep amber, green is a color, and red, ruby red, which I did not get here. Got a little bit on it, but it covered up. So DEAK. I'm not pushing him. I'm in his group. This video and this live stream is actually me doing his prompts. So anyway, he does Mission Inspiration for his Facebook group. I'm in his Facebook group. I decided I would join it after watching him and after doing the mixed media we done the other day. And so anyway, this is the first one I've done, and it was used. You could use just one color if you wanted to, but had to use old mat fragments, add stamping, threads or fibers, spritz, whichever one you wanted to do. Yes, he's on YouTube. Add a there's always a trific. I believe my tripic, same name, Mike Deakin. Which is three pictures hooked together. I had to look it up because that's a new word for me. And then there was 4. Yes, I know. I looked it up. There is 4 words that you could use, which was precious, story, challenge, or process. It's actually got a P in there. It's TRIPHYCH. It was a long word. I figured it meant 3 because of the try in it. But, you know, that's... But anyway, he wanted us to use jute or thread or a natural fiber. And so I thought of this in... It was actually one meme I found, and I absolutely loved it. And I had it posted a long time as my backstory, my background. And so I had these were sent to me, and bless their hearts that they did, because I love these things. And so I used the word story, and I tied them together with the jute. And then I wrote this as my prose. And it says, tangle, but it will never break. May you be open to each thread that comes your way, the golden ones and the coarse ones, and may you weave them into a beautiful life. So that gives me the inspiration for this page. And I think it's the reason why I like it the best, because it was something that I really loved. And yes, he does a good job. And then I hung this in here because it's one of my pieces that I did. And this is February. February was not too great. Really went outside my comfort zone. You think it's cool? Well, it was way outside my comfort area. I mean, you know, completely different. And I just had to keep adding to get it to look halfway decent, because it turned muddy. And yes, he's very advanced, but he also has very good lessons on there that, you know, I've watched a lot of them, then how to break a page and what to put on a page and do those kind of things. And then he has his mission inspirations, which are what these are. So this was February, and it was used triangles and old newspapers behind it. Yeah. So that's, you know, that's what it's all under there, but it really got covered up. But I think that's my problem with it, is it got so covered up I can't see the background. And I really like to see the backgrounds. But, and this was this month's. And this one was use a food container, use the, you know, I'll have to get that prompt, and use burlap paste, gesso, colored gesso. Use colors was yellow, sunshine yellow, or sunflower yellow, and spring green, and rose. And then to add die cuts, which is what these flowers are. And the words were bloom, growth, I hate it when I can't remember anything. Bloom, spring, growth, botanical, and heart. And then to add the border, and stamp with white ink or paint, which I did not do, but I wrote in it. and it, instead of having something to stamp, I just wrote it in white. And so this one I did okay, but yes. And his style is definitely not my style. But like Kathy says, if we don't do them, we'll never learn anything else. So, but Linda, you walked me through that last one. That was not my style. And yet it turned out good. Because I told Tommy I would. But anyway, I just wanted to show what I had done and to tag Mike in it. And you know, just come on and do it. I was going to do a video, but my videos take hours to upload, so I thought it'd be easier just to do a little live stream and do it that way. So, but I may be back on later this evening. I don't have a thing to really do, but we might just come on and talk. So, maybe late this evening after Melissa goes on, I come up and do a little chat and maybe some crafting. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here, girls. I know you're having a hard time watching me. I love you all, and thanks for stopping in. And Mike, if you're still lurking, thanks for coming by. Kathy, you too. Yeah, watch for me, and maybe things will be a little bit better this evening. There's probably a lot of people on right now. I didn't plan this at all. So I love you bunches, and thanks for coming by. And leave a comment below if you would like to. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that. I know y'all have, but you know, I got to get it in there. And yeah, if you've got suggestions, leave them below, and I read every one of them. So I love you a lot, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, honey.